Yo, what's going on, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be discussing the new content that was just dropped today. It was a pretty big content drop, lots of cards, a new program, a new chase pack, and a new collection reward. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to see if the content matched up to what it needs to be early June already, or if SDS currently has a problem in bringing out content. So before we get into it though, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn those notifications on, leave a like on the video, and in the comment section below, let me know what you thought about today's content drop and if you are going to be using any of the new cards that were dropped today or not. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the new content. If you guys watched the last video, you know that I have partnered with Shaolin Trading. Shaolin's one-on-one program taught me how to trade stocks for myself. And because of that program, I've been able to become successful trading. And that is a huge reason why I get to do what I love to do, which is pump out videos for you all. So if you're searching for a skill that not only generates income, but also offers a more flexible lifestyle, then do yourself a favor and check out the link in the description below. Make sure you use code REBEL for a discount. And if you have any questions, make sure you message me on Twitter/X, or you can also reach out to me through email, pitchingrebel1@gmail.com if you have any further questions. All right, let's go ahead and grow Shaolin together. Before we get into it though, make sure you hit me up on Twitter @pitching_rebel or through email pitchingrebel1@gmail.com if you like to learn how to make endless stubs like I do. I'm currently sitting at 4.4 million stubs, and that's because I use the marketplace in order to make endless stubs. I made easily over 7 million stubs, probably approaching 8 million at this point, by using the marketplace. Now, I could teach you to do the same thing if you let me through my one-on-one lesson that I've done with many others. So make sure you hit me up on Twitter @pitching_rebel or email pitchingrebel1@gmail.com if you like to learn how to make stubs, because you're tired of not having stubs to be able to have cards, because you're tired of not having stubs to be able to finish these collections whenever you want. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the new content. So SDS just came out with a new card series, and it's just a pipeline pass program. So basically, cards from the past that were in the pipeline program. So it's not like we haven't seen some of these guys before. We haven't seen this series in general because we do have a pipeline series. It's just cards from the past. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's go over the program. So there's a couple ways of finishing. You got to do the moments as usual, your program XP missions, your pipeline pass series missions that it asks you to do, and then stat missions. All right. And then you have your optional missions as well, or you could just collect the 90 overall cards from the pack and the 92 overall cards. So in total, collect 9 cards in order to attain the 100 points, which is what I did. Okay. That being said, our first reward's at 15 points, and it's going to be a pipeline pass series, Jonathan India. Primary, second base with a third base, shortstop, secondary. 87 overall. What are we doing with 87 overalls on June 4th? I just don't see how that's even a thing at this point. But we have it. 74, 70, 99, 60, 90 clutch, 78 fielding, 75 speed. Does this play? You're crazy if you think this plays. This is absolutely awful. We are on, not saying we need 99 overalls in June, but we need something better than 87 overalls. We've been seeing the same type of cards since the beginning of the game. Where is the power creep? That's not a power creep. This is a power. I don't even want to say it's a power crawl. This is a power like nothing right now. There's no creep, in my opinion, with this card. Then at 30 points, we got a 88 overall Kevin Gausman, 91 stamina, 77 hit per 9, 84 K per 9, 82 pitching clutch, 4-seam splitter, slider, circle change, curveball is his pitch mix, 92 velocity, no outlier on his fastball. This card's not going to play. These per 9s are terrible. Again, 88 overall at this point of the year. What are we doing? Then we have 89 overall Jose Iglesias, shortstop, primary, second base, third base, secondaries. 88, 50 versus right, 104, 47 versus left, 90 clutch, 90 fielding, 88 speed. So speed's great, fielding's great, contact is decent, clutch is decent, power's terrible. This card's okay, nothing out of this world. It is a free card, so whatever. But again, I still don't see a power creep here at all. Then we have a 90 overall Mickey Moniak, and he's got some decent contact. Center field, primary, left field, right field, secondaries. 102, 60 versus right. 94, 45 versus left. 98 clutch. And then he's got good fielding at 87 with 85 speed. So he'll play great defense in center, left, or right, whether you put him in any of the 3 outfield positions. Got great speed. He's even got good contact and good clutch, but the power At 60 and 45, I'm sorry, that's just not good enough. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just not good enough at all. We have a 91 overall Garrett Cole, 88 hit per 9, 93 pitching clutch with 84 K per 9 and 80 walks per 9, 81 control, 4-seam slider, sinker, knuckle curve, circle change. So he's got a good pitch mix. No outlier though. Are the per 9s on par with the starting pitchers? A little bit. They're a little bit lower than what the current pitchers are. So you can make an argument that he can make a rotation, especially being a card that you can just grind out. So, okay, this card's okay. You could definitely make an argument for him being in a rotation. Is he a choice that I would make? No, but you know, if you don't have Stubbs, struggle with Stubbs, this is definitely a budget card for sure. Then you have 92 overall, Joey Gallo is the final reward, and he's got third base primary, first base, and left field secondaries. 90, 125 versus right, 80, 115 versus left, 88 clutch, 65 fielding, 62 speed. So bronze defense at third base or first or left field. He doesn't have much speed. And then the hitting, sure, the power's insane. This guy is a battle royale maniac, right? An all-star goon for sure. But Joey Gallo has always been. Now, playing at the higher difficulties, does he play? I don't believe so. 90 contact and 80 contact, 88 clutch. I'm sorry, but on Legend, GOAT, and even possibly Hall of Fame, he might be able to play, but Legend and GOAT, that's going to be some tough shit right there to be using this card. Now, he has a great swing, so that's also great, but again, the contact numbers are just not very pretty at all, and he has no quirks. As a program card, I'll give it a B. I think the contact has to be better at this point of the year, but I'll give it a B. It's not a bad card. Definitely a decent free card you could throw in your lineup if you don't have Stubbs and whatnot. So not awful there. Not awful. Then we're going to move on now to the pack. We have the Pipeline Pass Pack. So you have the base round and then the mid round and then the rare round for this Pipeline pack. So we're going to look at this 88 overall from the base round. Tim Anderson, 91, 53, 108, 51, 90 clutch, 75 fielding, 90 speed. Has a secondary in center field. I mean, contact's good, clutch is decent, defense is okay, speed's great, but that power just absolutely stinks. It just absolutely stinks. Not a good card by any means. Kyle Wright, 88 overall. 4-seam, knuckle curve, slider, circle change, sinker, no outlier. 87 hit per 9, 86 pitching clutch. Control's okay at 74, 77 K per 9, 74 walks per 9. He's going to be a very cheap card, you know, probably in the 2000s. But for me, this is just another binder filler card at this point of the year. Not the best of pitch mix, not the worst, but again, just feel like we're getting binder fillers here. Brady Singer, 88 overall, sinker, slider, circle change, 4-seam, no outlier on the sinker, 82 hit per 9, 76 pitch clutch, 80 K per 9, 99 velocity. I mean, yeah, you already know that hit per 9 and clutch is not good. Sure, it's a budget card, but there's plenty of better budget cards than this right now. A card in a pack, just not it. Then we got 88 overall Michael A. Taylor, center field, primary, left field, right field, secondary, 73-67, 91-92, 83 clutch, 87 fielding, 88 speed. The fielding is phenomenal. The speed is phenomenal. The hitting sucks. 98 durability. Why are we still putting durability on these cards? It doesn't really do anything for position players. Take that shit out. Put it lower. Make these cards better at this point of the year. AJ Puck, starting pitcher, 4-seam, slider, circle change, curveball. So very, very generic pitches, not even a fifth pitch, no outlier. 82 hit per 9, 80 pitching clutch, 62 walks per 9, 69 control. I mean, get out of here with these cards. This is another card that's another collection binder filler. 88 overall, Jake Bauers, first base, primary, right field, secondary, 87-78, 82-73, 80 clutch, 73 fielding. I mean, 56 speed. As a first baseman, this is not what you're looking for at this point of the year hitting wise. He's got in the 80s contact, 80 clutch, and then not even over 80 power. Like, what's the point of having a first baseman that doesn't have pop? That's just, this card's just not good. Austin Hedges, oh my God, this card. All right, primary catcher, 80, 58, 80 versus right, 58 power, 72, 50 versus left, 72 clutch. Sure, he has great fielding, 93 fielding with 48 speed. Why are we even picking this as a card to make? Like, why? Why is this card being made? Like, there's plenty of other guys in the pipeline, in the past pipeline programs that you could have put into this that could have been way better than these cards. Like, what are we doing here? Mitch Keller, we've had this card before. We've had a pipeline or a future stars, whatever it was, Mitch Keller before. We did not need a Mitch Keller. I'm sorry. We just didn't. Find another player. This is just a repetitive thing. We've had a card like this before. But anyways, 4-seam, 12-6, circle change, cutter, sweeper, decent pitch mix, no outlier. He's got 94 hit per 9, 81 K per 9, and 95 pitch clutch. Sure, the hit per 9 and pitching clutch is great, but he doesn't have outlier. He doesn't throw absolute gas, doesn't have a sinker cutter combo, just has a cutter. And again, it's a card that we've seen in the past. If you're making a new series, then frickin' bring out some new cards, not this card. Andrew Vaughn, another guy that we have seen in the past. Maybe not a pipeline card, but he's been a Future Stars, and he's had a card similar to this. Like, this is basically like a Future Stars card, essentially. We've had a card of his before. First base, primary, left field, right field, secondaries, 90, 83 versus right, 94, 88 versus left, 90 clutch, 63 fielding, 41 speed. I mean, as a first baseman, okay, he has decent hitting. Nothing out of this world, though. Nothing out of this world. Again, we've seen this card before. Why are we seeing this card again? This is supposed to be a new series of like a new series that you brought out in the game. Put new cards into it. Simple as that. Starling Marte. Okay, it is a newer card. I haven't really seen a Future Star Starling Marte that I can think of. Center field, primary, left field, right field, secondaries. 87, 70 versus right. 90, 77 versus left. 88 clutch, 82 fielding, 93 speed. I mean, speed fielding's great. Hitting's not good enough as a 90 overall. I'm sorry. It's just not. Hunter Renfroe, 90 overall right fielder. I definitely think I've seen a Future Stars Hunter Renfroe before, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let's just say it is a new card, though. 72, 93 versus right. 78, 99 versus left. 72 clutch. What are we going to do with that? 70s contact, 70 clutch. What are we doing that at this point of the year? 77 fielding, 72 arm. Sure, he could play decent defense, but you need to hit as well. You need to hit. 90 overall card, not good enough, especially for a pack card. Anthony Rendon pipeline card. Okay. Second base primary. He was coming up as a second baseman with the Nationals. Third base secondary. 172 versus right, 107, 81 versus left, 92 clutch, 75 fielding, 55 speed. Not a bad hitting card for a second baseman by any means. Maybe we can have him a little bit more power, but I'm not terribly upset with this card at all. It's not a bad card at all, and he's not going to be terribly expensive. Should be under 10K. So, okay, I'll tip my cap for that one. Then we got this Xander Bogaerts, who's supposed to be in the rare round. 92 overall. Primary, shortstop, third base, secondary. 83, 101 versus right. 87, 108 versus left. 70 clutch. 83 fielding, 65 arm. What are we doing with 70 clutch as a 92 overall on June 4th? I mean, SDS. What are we doing? What are we thinking when we put these cards out? Sure, he has decent pop for a shortstop, but everything else stinks. The contact and the clutch stink at this point of the year. Like, why? What are we doing? This is not good at all. I'm sorry, this is not good. You can tell me in the comment section I'm complaining. Yeah, I'm going to complain about this. This sucks. Jared Kelenic, primary, center field, left field, right field, secondaries. 92, 87 versus right. 87, 80 versus left. 90 clutch, 82 fielding, 84 speed. Again, another guy that is hitting just is not good enough to be a rare round card, in my opinion. I mean, we just got these moonshot cards a few weeks ago who were the same around lower overalls, 91 overalls, like Jock Peterson, and has a way better hitting than these cards right here. Sure, they didn't have fielding, but the hitting was miles better. We got to do better. Have to do better. Nate Pearson, this is actually a starter that is very, very usable and I think should be in people's rotations. 90 stamina, the stamina sucks, but 100 hit per 9, 85 K per 9, 75 walks per 9, 97 pitching clutch, 77 control. He has some of the best hit per 9 and pitching clutch currently for a starting pitcher. And Nate Pearson threw 105 in the minor leagues, so guess what? He has outlier fastball. He did touch 105 in the minor leagues. He had a highly touted fastball on his 2080 scale. I think it was actually an 80 graded, so thus he gets the outlier. 4-seam slider, 12-6 circle change sinker, and the pitch speed differential is insane. 89 on the slider, love to see that. You got the outlier. Sinker's at 95. Then you have a circle change at 78 and a 12-6 at 79. That's an insane pitch differential. Sure, the control is going to suck, but I mean, good luck trying to catch up to the outlier fastball and legend and GOAT while having to also worry about a changeup that comes in at 78 miles per hour. So this is a card that is very usable. Not going to be, I mean, he's not even terribly expensive right now. 24-22 on the buy and sell now. I'll tip my cap to this card for sure. And then we have Kyle Schwarber. I like this. Primary catcher, left field. We know he came up as a catcher in the minor league system. And he's going to end up having 102, 115 versus right, 95, 100 versus left, 100 clutch, 64 fielding, 43 speed. So the fielding sucks. Catcher, I don't really value too much defense. I want the hitting, and that's what he provides. Obviously, this card is very usable, especially at P. Once you get him up in the parallel to P5, he ends up at 107, 120 versus right, 100, 105 versus left, 105 clutch, 69 fielding. So, you know, he's going to stay with that bronze defense, 48 speed. I mean, we know Schwarber plays, right? His swing is insane. And also the fact that Schwarber has good hitting attributes, probably some of the best hitting attributes currently in the game for a primary catcher. He definitely plays, and his swing always plays above his attributes. Quirks, he has a ton of them too. Road Warrior, Day Player, Breaking Ball Hitter, Rally Monkey, Bad Ball Hitter, and Table Setter. So yeah, you know Schwarber's going to play. I mean, they can't mess up a Schwarber card. Simple as that. They could, but they didn't. All right, so I'll tip my cap there. They didn't. So then, of course, we have the Chase Pack 95 overall pipeline Vlad Jr. This card is insane, and of course it is. It's a Chase Pack card. I mean, the last two Chase Pack cards I will say were shit. They've got back on the right track. This is a very good hitting card. Primary third base for Vlad. We know he came up as a third baseman through the minors. First base secondary, 109.94 versus right, 104.90 versus left, 110 clutch, 72 fielding, 56 speed. So silver defense at third. I mean, get him up to P5. He ends up at 114.99 versus right, 109.95 versus left, 115 clutch, 77 fielding. So silver defense at first and third at P5, 61 speed. I mean, this Vlad is insane. He has a great swing. In my opinion, he is the best third baseman in the game. I don't care about Scott Rowland. Scott Rowland's swing is not good, okay? Vlad has a very good swing. Yes, his defense isn't as good as Scott Rowland's, but again, third base, in my opinion, isn't a position that you need to worry too bad about defense, in my opinion. And he plays silver defense, which isn't awful. Quirks-wise, homebody, Day Player, Unfazed, Dead Red, Breaking Ball Hitter, Rally Monkey, and Table Setter, so he has a ton of good quirks. Vlad Jr., in my opinion, has become now the best third baseman in the game, but he is very expensive. Right now, he's currently sitting at $379, $332 for buy and sell now. Does that come down? I don't know. Maybe a little bit, but again, he is first of all, the highest overall card on the market as a 95 overall. And then secondly, he's a Chase Pack card. With this kind of hitting, like I said, in my opinion, he's the best hitting third baseman in the game because Scott Rowland's swing stinks. Yes, his attributes are better, but his swing just sucks. So Vlad Jr., in my opinion, is better than him just because of that. But that being said, he's going to cost a pretty penny. Now that we've gone over the program and player cards in the packs, there's obviously a mini collection. Let's go over that real quick. And with the mini collection, there's 3 cards. Collect 7, you're going to get a Joe Adell, 92 overall. Another card that we have seen in the past. We've seen plenty of Future Stars Joe Adells, and basically we get another one. Primary, center field, left field, right field, secondaries, 80, 96 versus right, 95, 106 versus left, 91 clutch, 77 fielding, 82 speed. Just not good. Not a good card. Sure, it's collect 7, so it's going to be very cheap to get him. Card's not good. Simple as that. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It's just not good. The hitting's terrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not good for this point of the year, in my opinion. Then the second collection is going to be a 92 overall Yohan Moncada. Now, Moncada, he looks pretty good. I mean, switch hitter, we know that. He has a great swing as well. Primary third base with a second base secondary, so he can't play second base for you. 92-87 versus right, 97-85 versus left, 91 clutch, 75 fielding with 88 speed. We see a Moncada with great speed. He had great speed coming up in the minors. Injuries have obviously slowed him down. At P5, he gets up to 97, 92 versus right, 102, 90 versus left, and then 96 clutch. It's 80 fielding, so he'll get to a gold defense at third, but still silver at second. And then his speed will go up to 93. So, with that being said, is Moncada an elite card? I don't think he is elite. He's technically a third baseman, but his best position, in my opinion, is going to be second base. And as a second baseman, he'd probably be definitely in the top 5 conversation, possibly top 3. Attribute-wise, he's not better than Brian Roberts, which was a free card. He's kind of similar to Jorge Polanco, to be honest. Sure, he has a little bit more contact than Jorge Polanco does, and a little bit more clutch, but it's not by much. I really would have loved to have seen this Moncada with the power's fine. Keep the power where it is. I don't need more power than that. We can get above 90 and up to 90 versus left at P5. But the contact, I would have loved to have seen it go above 100 for both. I would have loved to see at least, you know, if you're going to make higher contact versus lefties, make it closer to 105, like around 103 without any parallel. And then the contact versus right should have been like around 98 to 100. I'd say 98, even 97 is fine. Get them over 100. And the clutch, I would say get them up. Got to be over 100 as well to really have made this card as good as it could have been. Is it a bad card? No. But again, we got to have better contact numbers in clutch at this point of the year, in my opinion. And then last but not least, we have Corey Seager. So let's look at Seager. 93 overall, Corey Seager, primary shortstop with a third base secondary. 106, 100 versus right. 190 versus left. 104 clutch. So the hitting is very good, okay? It is very, very good for sure. 80 fielding, so goal defense at short. And then 45 speed. So he actually has more speed than his live series card. But I will say, is he worth these stubs that you have to put into this card? I don't know if you could say that. Really, the only thing you're getting better from Corey Seager is his numbers versus lefties. And even then, it's just his contact. His power is pretty much the same. At P5, he gets the 88 power versus left. The contact is just at 70 versus lefties. But the hitting versus righties, he has better hitting versus righties. Contact-wise, a little bit less power. And then the clutch is the same. Maybe it's going to get a little bit higher once we get him to P5, but are you going to want to spend these stubs for this Corey Seager? No, they dropped the ball. Yes, Corey Seager's a great pick, obviously, but you had Trout you could have gone with. You had Bryce Harper you could have gone with. Those two cards are going to give cards that are quite a bit better than live series cards are currently right now. Right now, this Corey Seager is better than his live series for sure. I will say that because he has the numbers against lefties, but it's not by terribly much. That is the biggest thing about this. It's not an insane amount better. Simple as that. On top of the fact that the chase pack card was a 95 overall, and you don't have to collect the chase pack card in order to get this Corey Seager. There's enough cards that you don't have to go through the chase pack. But it being a 95 overall, why is it a collection card that you still have to throw stubs towards? Maybe not as much as Vlad is, but pretty close to it. A 93 overall. That doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. This Corey Seager should be a 95 overall, just like Vlad Jr. is. Simple as that. And if he is a 95 overall, his hitting would end up being a lot better and noticeably better than his live series card. His power, his contact would be above 110 versus right. His power would be close to 110 versus right. His contact versus left would be at least at a 105, maybe even a little bit better. His power versus left would be closer to 100. His clutch would be over 110. Give him 2 more overall, you could do that. But you limited him at a 93 overall. I mean, you got to do better, SDS. What are we doing? This card is way too close to his live series card. And then if he's a 95, Yohan Moncada can end up a 93 or a 94. Now you give him 1 or extra overall. Let's say a 93. That gives him better hitting numbers. And just all the way around, you got to do better. There should be no reason collecting 18 is the same overall as the collect 7. There should be no reason this card had to be higher. And it's not because the last one is a 93 overall. There should be no reason why collect 25 is only 1 overall higher than the other 2 cards that are collection cards. Simple as that. But whatever, SDS is going to SDS. They're in a bad spot. Simple as that. Their gameplay is not very good. A lot of people don't like playing on GOAT. They're avoiding playing GOAT. They're not wanting to play the game because of it. And then your content is also just faltering. You're on a bad path, SDS. You're really on a bad path. So all in all, I think SDS has a current problem with the power creep. They are not doing it correctly. I don't know what happened. Back in 22, they did a great power creep. And now that they've reverted back to the power creep, they are not doing good, in my opinion. Hopefully they can right this ship. I thought today was going to be it. It has not been it. Hopefully something changes. I don't know what's going to change, what needs to change. But they got to change quick because this content is dragging and people already don't like the gameplay because of numerous things. So they need to do better. Simple as that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn those notifications on. Leave a like on the video. And in the comment section below, let me know what you think about this content drop and if it was a W for you or not. All right? Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.